So I just saw
Beware the Batman
episodes Allies and Control.
Don't struggle. I have your mind. I have control.
So let's talk about Allies first. Allies is about Commissioner Gordon finally asking Batman for help because that gangster from the previous episode kidnapped his daughter, and he's like, oh no, I don't know what to do because there's this area in Gotham which criminals keep to themselves, but there's like this shadow area and you got these people called the Ghosts. And he's like, I've only got 2 hours, gotta get Batman to help me. So he does the little bat signal thing and Batman's like, that's cool. In terms of story-wise, it's okay. It's above average. Not great, but yeah, it's better than the last two that were really The main villains of this episode is pretty cool. These ghosts, they're pretty mysterious, they never speak. That's a good thing. They're all wrapped up like mummies. And yeah, that's good. I hope they never talk. People who do Beware the Batman, if you ever see this out of a random chance, don't ever make them talk, because that's what they do. They're the ghosts. They just go. Ghosts should never talk. If at a later episode the ghosts start talking, I just go psh, like, what do you do? Why is the ghost talking? Ah, God, you just ruined everything. But then you also got the gangster and his top henchman, who's, well, you know, typical, haha, I'm so good and egotistical. I'm like, hey, look at me, I'm so handsome and I'm so powerful, no one can stop me. Oh look, I got superpowers from, where I can make fire and stuff. I'm like Fantastic Four, I'm the fire, flame on. That came out of nowhere, but I guess that's fine. I mean, you can maybe tell us about it later, but you can just suddenly breathe fire. It's okay, I guess. I guess they didn't want to use Mr. Freeze again, so they were like, let's do something opposite. Let's have someone who can do fire. He's not very interesting. I mean, yeah, kids are like, oh my god, fire powers are cool, but the character itself is very generic. He's like, haha, look at me, I'm so slick and I have way too much hair gel in my hair. Why isn't his hair gel burning? It must cost him a fortune to buy hair gel that doesn't burn and clothes doesn't burn all the time. But in terms of the main story, you got these cool ghost people, and not so cool weird fire guy. But you got Barbara Gordon, who finally sees Batman for the first time, and she's like, yo, Batman's so cool. So overall, this episode is above average. Just please make sure the ghosts never speak. The other episode, Control, is about this guy who has these green tentacles and that plugs into the back of people's necks and controls people like little puppets. Even though he's got these 2 green wires that come out, they can sort of like fly over the place, and they have enough strength and enough integrity to actually hold up an individual person. You know how heavy an individual person is? So think how heavy a person is, okay? Even the lightest people are like, let's say 80 kilograms, that's very heavy. So imagine this tiny little cable about maybe this thick that has full articulation like an octopus and can hold someone up and just have them hanging there. Christ, that's some really tough technology right there. I know this is like weird sci-fi stuff in the Batman universe, but there's suspension of disbelief, and there's really, can that really hold up someone? I don't think so. That's a glowing green gooey thing, and of course it has to have circuitry in it. It needs to have enough circuitry in it, enough wires to make sure they can connect to the guy's neck and his back to connect up to his brain. Cerebral cortex, if that's what it's called. But no, it's also got enough for this glowy green gooey looking shiny thing to hold up an entire person. I'm not so sure. But anyway, so this is a story about Batman training Katana up and says, you gotta do this and let your emotions out of it and such. And because someone's still trying to break into the Wayne Enterprises to capture technology, and so they got this guy who's Control. The villain's okay, but again, he's not too interesting. He's just, oh, here's a cool suit. Is the character inside the suit interesting? Not really. He's just like, I've got lots of control and I hate stuff with no control. I hate being out of control. I'm like the puppet master, and it's just like Punland again. Every single dialogue has to do with control. It's not as bad as Mr. Freeze and Batman and Robin the movie, but it's almost as bad. Every single word that they say has to be control related. It's like the earlier episode where every single background has to be chess related. Like, we're in a warehouse with black and white squares all over the wallpaper. Who does that? Seriously. So here's this guy, and he's like, everything he talks about, don't do this, it'll be out of control. It's just, calm down, stop the puns. Jesus Christ, you're fighting Batman right now, stop punning. Again, the overall storyline is pretty generic. Batman's training up Katana. Of course, Katana has her own ideologies, so they sort of backtalk with each other. So it's like, you gotta do this, and Katana's like, no, but I gotta do it my way because she actually says tomato tomato in one of the lines, and it feels really forced. It sort of makes sense in context that she would say that, like, Batman, you say tomato and I say tomato, we do different things but to achieve the same result. But the way she said it, it's sort of like, is this meant to be a joke? Am I supposed to laugh here? I'm not laughing. Why did you say that? It's weird. Don't say that again. Cut that out from the episode, please. So again, this episode is very average. The villain is very average. The story makes sense. They do it this way, but it just didn't do it in an interesting way. It's you know what's better than this that recently came out? That Arrow episode where Green Arrow is training Huntress, and Huntress has her own ideologies, because if you saw that, you know Huntress is like, because Green Arrow, you know what he's like, so you know there's going to be conflict. And yet that's done really well, done really humanly, it's believable, whereas here it's just, yeah, that's what you do. Makes sense you do that. So where's the fun bit now? Oh, and get this, right at the end of the episode, just before, you got that Metamorpho episode where at the end did that cliche thing where there's the water and suddenly the hand's like, psh. They do that again here. It's only been 2 episodes, but they have another scene here where it's like, doom, doom, psh. And I'm just like, again, really? 2 episodes? You do that twice in 1 season? You couldn't be more cliche? Writers of Beware the Batman, stop being so boring and cliche. Yeah, you're getting paid so much to do this. It's not the animators' fault, they're doing a great job. Everything looks slick and dark and shiny, yeah, whatever. Those are fine. It's not the voice actors' fault, they're doing fine. Maybe that's not the main writer's fault, but whoever wrote the script, you're very generic. If you're watching this episode, don't be so generic. In fact, I want to say, by the amount you're getting paid, you're not doing your job right. You're sucking, okay? Let's boost Tim's men and like, let's get this generic situation, because every story's been done before. There's not really a lot of chance you can do something new in terms of doing a new storyline. But let's take a classic storyline, but then put a twist on it. Do something smart. Twist it around a little bit. Move the characters around a little bit. That's what the Batman animated series did. They took stories that have been told a million times, made it fresh again because they made the characters interesting, and they didn't stick to cliches. Whereas what you're doing, cliche. Let's just do generic Hollywood bullcrap, because kids are stupid, audience are stupid, they just want something easy. That's our audience. So you're gonna hate me if you wrote those episodes and you're watching this, but that's it. You haven't done your job well. Whoever wrote the Humpty Dumpty episode, he did a good job. All the other episodes are just sort of like, So, let's hope we get another Humpty Dumpty quality episode in this series, but if we don't get that, I don't see a season 2. I mean, I know it's Batman and that's like the big kicker. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's Batman, let's watch it, but I mean, you guys took some risks with changing Alfred a little bit. Take some risks in the script. Kudos for the risk on changing Alfred a little bit, but the script needs to freshen up. It's very generic, and if any one of you who's seen the episodes might know where I'm coming from. Like, really? Oh, I saw that coming like a mile away. Just psh. Yeah. So tell me what you think of these episodes. Guys, take care and have a nice day.
Rail or pipe?
Surprise me.